Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WCA American Qualifiers. Thank you so much for joining us here in Burbank, California. My name is Mott. With me today is Tralf. We have finally made it to our last best-of-3 series. The entire thing until June the 2nd, which is the grand finals.
Yep.
We have one team that's already made it there. Not today, of course. The Peruvian squad. They look so solid in doing so. Their support play, their team play, absolutely fantastic. Our next series is going to determine who they're facing up, who their opponent will be. And that's going to be either NAR V2 or Summer's Rift. Ralph, what are you thinking as we head into this best-of-3?
Well, this is an interesting one because those of you Dota fans out there who've been watching both this tournament and the other one that's going along simultaneously, the Red Bull LAN, will know that Summer's Rift unfortunately just got knocked out. It's kind of a weird format, but you have 3 lives apparently. They lost all 3 tonight as they kind of got picked on, so to speak, by the other teams. And they're out, and they just unfortunately lost. So coming into this, I still would have favored regardless NAR V2, but I think even more so just because that's got to hurt, you know. It's got to affect your mentality a little bit. That being said, they were playing with a stand-in. It was IX Mike as the offlane instead of Miracle Chipmunk or Bugatti 420, who unfortunately for whatever reason, I don't actually know, I should ask Demon, but for whatever reason, he couldn't make it, so they had to find a last-minute stand-in. And obviously that does make a pretty large effect on a team, especially a team that's been playing a lot more. It's one of the teams that's actually been the longest right now in NA outside of EG.
Yeah.
And they've got some nice team play. I really like Miracle Chipmunk a lot. I've played with him for a little bit too. He's a nice guy and a fantastic offlaner. So I imagine that they will be playing a little bit stronger in terms of players on their roster right now.
Yep.
But as far as morale goes, well, we'll have to see if they can keep that up.
It can't feel great, honestly. I mean, that's putting it mildly. You've just lost the LAN. You're not going to be going to San Francisco to the grand finals, obviously. I mean, and in the first day as well, to go down like that, like you said, to be picked on as well. It's very rough for Summer's Rift. Can't even begin to imagine how they're feeling right now, but they have to play this best-of-3 series. They have to play it out against NAR V2. And it's going to be a tough one, as you mentioned. NAR V2 have been looking so solid, dropping a game or two here or there in the past couple of days. Their scrims have been fantastic. I've been talking with them. I've been talking with the manager as well. They feel very comfortable with where they're at right now. It is a team of pretty much perennial all-stars or pseudo-all-stars. You have so many TI performers on that squad. You're looking at Bleak, who played at TI2. You're looking at Korak, who played on Liquid at TI3. Fog for Dignitas at TI3. They even played together on NAR V1, of course, last year. That was very important. So there's a lot of TI players, and of course MSS, who some would consider their best player, playing, of course, for Mouse Sports at TI4 as well. They have just so many, and of course Ush, of course, who's just one of the best carries out there right now, especially in North America. He's really showing his stuff after playing with Sneaky Nick's Assassins last year. For Summer's Rift, though, this is a team, obviously. These two teams have a lot of history together. Very, very North American kind of, they're just all North American players, and they've played in houses like NEL together for a long time as well. And some of them have played on the same team. Brax used to play with the original NARV back at TI4 as well. So there's a lot of history here. There's a lot at stake as well. I mean, we're talking about a trip to Burbank, California for these grand finals for this best-of-5 and $50K on the line, as well as the trip to China for the LAN finals. And that's something that's very, very exciting as well. Like I said, not today. They're waiting. They'll be waiting until about June 2nd to get here and, of course, play up against one of these two squads. And honestly, it could go either way. Right now, we're currently in the lobby waiting. I believe Korak is actually missing. I'm not sure what the issue is. I've been talking with Greg, but
yeah, I have him on my friends list too, but maybe he's having connection errors or something.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what he's doing right now?
That happens. I give this one a 2-1 favorite or 2-1 victory to Narvi. I think MSS, when you talked about MSS, I would say he's actually their best player on this team. He had a lot of success on Mouse Sports for the last TI4. Actually, not even for TI4. They kind of had some blunders as a team going into TI4. But
yes,
I would say in general, when he was playing for Mouse Sports is when I think he was playing the best. And that's when he started to play the offlane role. And that's the role I think that fits him, I would say, most comfortably.
Yeah.
Before, when he was actually playing for a little small amount of time on EG, he was playing the mid lane.
Yes.
While he's an okay mid player, I think that he's a little bit more comfortable in the offlane. And from what I've seen for NAR V2, it really is him carrying these games. Now, carrying the games in the sense of he gets the ball rolling.
Yes.
Obviously, Ush, once he gets tons of farm and tons of space, he can kind of take over. A lot of that has to do with the draft, too. Like yesterday when we saw them draft the Wisp in the first position, then managed to get Tiny in 5th position. I don't think that should have happened. But draft has something to do with it. But I think overall, MSS is really their playmaker. So watch out for for plays from him.
Yeah, absolutely. He, like you said, he's gotten solo kills really when he shouldn't have in those lanes in some of those ridiculous situations. So MSS clearly, and these are very young players too. All these guys, most of them under 20 actually. Ush and MSS, both young teenagers, of course. Some of them even college. I know Ush has really practiced a lot since coming into the scene last year. Korok is he is a rampage machine. He's someone that likes to rack up multi-kills within seconds, honestly. He somehow finds really good matchups, and he might lose the matchup in terms of CS, but in the end, he'll be able to even it up with a good team fight, especially when he's playing something like a Magnus. On the other side of things, though, you have to talk about Brax and his play. He's improved so much since last year at TI4. It's been very impressive to watch him play and him grow as a player, honestly. It was absolutely outstanding to see his Zeus in 6.83, as well as his Storm Spirit, honestly. He went to town on some of these players in the North American scene. And they, for a long time, have been the top NA team besides EG, obviously. And here comes Narvi kicking down the door. And all of a sudden, it's just, this could be it. This could be the culmination of the series. Obviously, before TI5 qualifiers, there's still a lot at stake there. It could really go any way, but Narvi probably are the favorites in this situation, especially after that series they just played.
Yep, we are loading into the game now, finally, guys. So Korok, I think he was downloading the patch, was AFK for a while. That patch actually took us forever to actually download as well.
Yeah.
Poor Grant, shout out to Grant, who it takes him probably a day to download that patch with his crappy internet.
How does he stream, man? How does he stream with crappy internet?
Well, I don't know. That's his upload, though.
That's true.
Maybe he has okay upload or something. Yeah. Anyway, we're loading back in. Some things to look out for. I would say, again, MSS is initiations. As we are going into the draft right now, so let's go ahead and see what we have going on here. It is Champions of Summer's Rift with the first overall pick and ban. Remember some notable things that they did. They banned out the Undying. They tried it out once, and it was a disaster.
Yes.
And then the next game, even with first pick, they actually banned. Yep, there it is. They don't feel comfortable playing the hero, but they also don't feel comfortable playing against it.
I mean, that's good because Fog played it last night, and he played it so damn well, honestly. Yeah. That he might have won that game early on with his play. So.
He did.
That's a solid choice from Champions of Summer's Rift. The Queen of Pain ban, which if you were watching last night as well as I think a little bit today, Brax played some really good Queen of Pain. That was one of the reasons why they were able to take that series. Although Void Boys played so well against Summer's Rift. It was 2-1 for Champions of Summer's Rift. And everybody, if you asked anybody really, I think a lot of them would have said, okay, it's going to be 2-0 Summer's Rift. Like, that will be the cleanest series. Summer's Rift had to work hard for that game. They had to work hard for that series. And, of course, with that being said, now they have to work even harder against North American Rejects V2. Easily could be a 3-game series. It could also be a 2-0 in either favor. We'll have to wait and see. Whitebeard's going to be the drafter for Champions of Summer's Rift. Ush is going to be the one that is calling the shots for North American Rejects V2, which is very interesting. He's the drafter. I'm not sure if he calls the plays as well. A lot of people's concerns with this new NAR team was who's calling the shots, who's making the plays. I honestly couldn't tell you who is doing it now. I'm assuming it's Ush still, but the lack of a leader role was something that people were talking about with this new squad.
Yeah, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you, but I mean, I imagine it's kind of looks like one of those teams where it's kind of everyone talking to each other.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, obviously it's great to have someone there if they can do it to call the shots. Like, let's do this, do that. But in a perfect world, yeah, that's great. But most of the time, you're thinking about a lot of different things, and it should come from everybody. Hey, I'm in this position. Can I gank here? If I come, usually something will go along the lines of this kind of dialogue. Hey, if I come top, can we get a kill?
Yes.
No. Okay, then I won't. Hey, can I smoke bottom and get a kill? If we TP bottom of the tier 2 and we smoke, can we get a kill? Yes. It should go both ways. It shouldn't just be one. Well, it can be one dictating, but again, that takes a lot of tons of experience and extreme amounts of confidence to do that.
Yeah, and that's something that, I mean, they do have on NAR's side, but I feel like you were talking about, this is more of a team-oriented thing. For Summer's Rift, it could be the same. You have more insight, obviously, there. You were telling me earlier, actually, that Brax is the one that does a lot of the shot calling.
Oh, he does everything.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, Demon talks a lot, too, which I think is great. Hey, can I come bottom? Can I do this? Can I get this gank? I'm going to do this. They like to talk a lot, but Brax is really good about telling them exactly what to do.
Yeah. So in this position, Brax is going to have to find the courage and the strength to be able to carry this game, perhaps, and maybe call the shots as well, as they are in, of course, a situation where this is a best-of-3 single elimination. We'll see how things turn out. For North American Rejects, they grab the Last Shark, they grab the Clockwork. Clockwork has been MSS's hero. He's gotten so many solo kills against an enemy safe laner, it's not even funny. In situations that shouldn't even happen, they shouldn't even occur, and somehow he gets it done every single time.
I think the most impressive thing for me about him is that it's difficult to, once you get zoned out as a clock, there's very little that you can do in terms of farming, because once the lane is in a position where you can't farm it anymore, or at least even get into experience range, you can't go to the jungle and farm it, unless you buy a Quelling Blade Stout Shield, but that's not exactly the fastest farming hero in the jungle. So you can get into this position where you just feel useless and you're just trying to scavenge for any kind of experience you can. But more times than not, I see him just kind of sitting there camping around a rune for a minute and just finding some kind of opening, any kind of opening that he can. It's better than sitting up in the top tower, or if he's dire, bottom tower, and not getting anything. He tries to look for openings, and more times than not, he'll find an invis or an haste. Remember last night we were watching, he found a haste. They even saw him come in with a haste, and he was still able to make plays. And so that's what you need to look to do if you're the Clockwork, and you can't get that creep equilibrium anymore.
And it's not just that too, but there's this point where supports will inevitably go for a 2-minute rune bottom. They'll go for a 4-minute rune bottom. And who's going to be there is the Clockwork, and he could easily get you into cogs, and you can get caught out, and he can kill you. It's not just the enemy safe lane carry, but it could also be the supports as well. You talked about the runes being a big deal, the haste, the invis, obviously, the two biggest, the S4 runes, if you will. But this is his hero. What we haven't talked about is the Leshrac for NAR, as well as the Tidehunter pickup for Champions of Summer's Rift. And this is a Miracle Chipmunk Tidehunter, so inevitably he will probably not go mech first. He will probably go for Blink Dagger first, more than likely.
Yeah, I've talked about this though before. Clockwork is actually a really good pick here for two big reasons. One, it's a fantastic anchor against the Shadow Fiend. You catch him before he gets a mech or Yules, he just sits there and he's dead. And they actually picked the Rubik as not only an overall pretty good support. I don't know, they could have probably picked better supports. You can maybe still Ravage, but it's kind of a block pick because Rubik would have been really good for Champions of Summer's Rift. One of the better supports to deal with Clockwork in lane, because if he cogs, you can just bring him back out and pull him towards your team outside of the cogs. So it's kind of a block pick. One of the few block picks you'll actually see, I think. But Clockwork's good. Okay, I said Clockwork's good against Shadow Fiend in that regard. It's also great against Tidehunter just because you can crack his shell off lots of damage and then walk away from stuns or slows, but you can't get out of the cogs unless you actually physically attack them, or if you get a Force Staff, which he probably will want to get this game.
Yeah, that seems like an item. I mean, that's just a generally good item in the first place, but
that's a scary pick to me.
Yes.
Because while he is a very good laner and he's very strong in this patch,
Drow.
Well, okay, Drow's going to be, yeah, they could go Drow. What I mean is, like, if he does try to like zone out a Clock, and Clock is like sitting inside of a tree where he's like really close, and then Visage comes up. Visage has 285 base movement speed, no armor to start out with. I think I could be wrong on that. Maybe it's 1 or something. Grave Chill is nice, yes, but once he gets caught by that cog or caught by the battery assault, you can't get out. Your movement speed is too slow. So that's one thing I do fear about that. They need one vision in that lane, maybe even throw down a lane ward, or another good support that's going to be okay against the Clock, because Visage, it's okay, but there is a chance to get caught out by the battery assault in a kind of awkward situation. So
besides Rubik, what would you consider an okay support? Maybe like a Lion coming out against the Clockwork would be fine?
I mean, Lion's always going to be good just because it's hard to find a game where Lion is bad.
Yes.
So Lion Visage, sure, I've seen that before. I mean, typically Venge is great with Visage, but Venge is pretty bad against Clock in the laning phase too. You get cogged once you are like out of mana. So they could go for a Venge, but you have to be very, very careful about it. Yeah, Rubik. Shadow Demon's not bad, actually. But, wait, no, they banned it out themselves. Okay, so no Shadow Demon here.
No Shadow Demon available. Now the real question here is for Champions of Summer's Rift. Do they go for the Drow Ranger? It was almost like they were baiting NAR V2 into a ban pick, or a pick that, they could grab they could deny it from Champions of Summer's Rift, get that Drow Ranger on their own team. But that was not the case. They really wanted that Lina. That's a solid pickup too, and we don't know if she's going mid or as support yet.
Earthshaker would actually not be bad, but like in lane, as far as maybe blocking him out, but he's awful against battery assault. He's overall not that great against Clockwork once you get hooked, because there's just no casting any of your spells. It's also not the best pairing with Visage. Disruptor might not be bad, but if you want a hard 5 Disruptor, I guess it can work. I mean, typically, okay, there's the Drow. That's not too surprising, but now you have to 5th pick your support here. So options are, I think, Disruptor. Lion is an obvious one, I think, just because there's never a bad time to pick up a Lion. It's also good against Leshrac to burst him down before he gets out of hand. So we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Lion ban here.
Yeah, the Lion ban would be maybe the best choice for NAR V2. they also might need a support for themselves. I have a feeling this is going to be a Coralina in some way, shape, or form. Maybe not. If it is a Coralina, I'm not sure who plays that. I think it is Korok that usually goes for the Coralina, and then Ush plays in the safe lane, which maybe he goes for the Leshrac, or MSS has done this before, but they already have a Clockwork. They can't do offlane Clock or offlane Leshrac, I don't think. They could do something weird like tri-lane Leshrac, Ruby Lina, Clockwork, safe lane mid, something else. I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah, I don't know. They have a lot of options here.
5 seconds remaining.
If they go like mid Lina, I'm really scared for their late game. There's a ton of very squishy cores, right? Like Lina, Leshrac. While they output a ton of damage and they're pretty, in the meta, they're very like they're int carries, right?
Yep.
So they're easy to kill. That being said, it makes you almost want to say that's going to be a Lina support, and they need to pick something with a little bit more oomph in the late game, something that doesn't die easy, something that scales a bit better and isn't so easy to kill. Yeah, Anti-Mage kind of jumps out.
That would be Leshrac mid, though.
It would close the distance with Drow. What else? Slark, maybe? This is assuming it's going to be a support Lina. I mean, we don't know for sure. I just don't know if I'm... Okay, well, there you go.
That's fine.
So I think this is going to be a farming Naga with a Leshrac mid.
Really?
They could go Leshrac support, too.
You'd put Naga safe lane over Naga mid in this situation, have Leshrac mid?
You don't want Naga against Shadow Fiend with Drow Aura.
Yeah. We saw that matchup 2 days ago, or a day ago or something.
Unless you really gank for the Lesh or the Naga, you don't want that. Yeah, we saw that matchup. It just got annihilated.
Decimated.
So I think it's gonna be Leshrac mid, Lina support with a tri-lane bottom. And I think this last pick should be... They do go with an Earthshaker. Okay, I think Lion would have been great. You could have killed out 2 illusions instantly from Naga.
Yes.
You would have had better laning presence. Your mid game wouldn't be awful because Earthshaker gets hooked and just dies.
Yeah.
Now, I did say in the lane, Fissure blocks could really be good. Like it's really Earthshaker on Dire for the safe lane is great for Fissure blocking the offlaner, but I'm a little bit worried in the mid game. If Clockwork has a good time, he is going to go ham. You already have a Clockwork that's great against Drow. It's great against Tide. It's good against 4 of their heroes, basically. Almost all of them, really.
Yeah.
So if MSS, and he usually is the hero or the player on their team that goes ham, if he has a good start, I'm really scared for Summer's Rift.
At the same time, Summer's Rift, they could easily just ball down towers, get those tier 1s, get that gold as well, get up to a quick Blink Dagger or mech on Miracle Chipmunk, whichever one he wants, honestly. You could go mech on Shadow Fiend and maybe go Blink quicker on the side of the Tide Hunter. Team fight quicker, maybe even Earthshaker gets a Blink Dagger. There's ways for Summer's Rift to snowball as well. And we've seen what a farm Drow Ranger can do to a team. Even a team with great deep push, even a team with great high ground presence, which if you look at Na'Vi, they do. They have the threat of a Clockwork Hook. They have Leshrac who can push out waves. Same with the Lina. Same with Ush and the Naga Siren as well. So there's a lot at stake here coming out between these two squads. It really comes down to the start, as it often does in Dota. We'll see how the laning phase goes. We'll see who can get off to a fast lead. Ush currently has a Stout Shield. He's got a Tango as well as a Salve. Korok is sitting right now on a null tally, which means that it looks like he is going to be going mid, but
look at this.
Not yet.
Look at this pet following Earthshaker. It's so ugly.
Oh, this was the same one that the Slark had last night.
Yeah, it like reveals your position too, because it follows you around if you get too far away. I think.
Almon the Frondillo. I have no idea where this is. Oh, it's from TI5.
I do like his little totem, though. That's pretty cool. It looks like a giant toothpick.
Yeah, the Tine of the Behemoth. It's pretty nifty.
Anyway, he's going to be bottom. I'm not sold on Summer's Rift lineup. Like, also, keep in mind, if this Naga gets an early Radiance, which he's probably going to because they're not contesting her in the bottom lane, like, that Earthshaker is just going to be food to the illusion spam. So, I mean, honestly, even the Drow Ranger is going to be in a lot of trouble with that, too.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm not a fan of this lineup from Summer's Rift.
Right now, Na'Vi 2 contesting the bottom rune spot. Top rune spot will go for Brax, no problem there. He went for the early Wraithband, has a Salve and 2 shared Tangos as well. Korok is going to be getting the bottom rune spot just to get some extra gold. Maybe goes for that bottle as well. We'll see if he goes for the Lightning Stormer to deal with the Shadow Fiend, try to push out the waves and try to do enough damage to be annoying, essentially. His right click is pretty good. Animation's not great for a Leshrac, although it's pretty okay against the SF. And this matchup should be good for a Leshrac early on.
Yes.
You talked about the first 3 levels last game.
If he's super aggressive from levels 1 to 3 and he lands his Split Earths, he can definitely net a kill here. Like, he can definitely net a kill. But he has to, like he should just be spamming them out right away, in my opinion. He actually hasn't leveled up a spell yet, but I think it's almost always should be the Split Earth. Anyway, we're up to, let me get this last hits tab up. Looks like it's one deny early on. He's actually leveled up the lightning.
Yep.
I don't like that.
This is very interesting. The split earth, well, it'll come soon, but not just yet. Fisher could come out from the side of Whitebeard. We'll have to keep our eye on mid lane. Top lane, you can see MSS already getting zoned out by that annoying Visage coming through. He's probably going to cog this. He will. He'll only get 2 creeps, but that's fine. It'll keep the wave pushed out unless they pull it, which they do have both camps dewarded. The ward was placed here just to get vision on that side pull camp. Whitebeard's on the side. Lightning Storm, Fisher block. They have level 1 raises. Korok is going to be able to try to juke this. Whitebeard could try to body block. He's going to right-click, misses the body block. Split Earth is there. Another right-click, and he's fine. I mean, that's just... It kind of wasted time for Korok, so...
Did you see the pet? Earthshaker's pet, like, ran toward him, and then as soon as it, like, got in the area of Leshrac, it just poofed. It just disappeared.
Yeah, it does that. It does that for every pet. It disappears.
I didn't know that. I don't know how the pets really work.
There are certain indications where, like, I'm still kind of concerned about it, but anytime a pet gets close to an enemy hero, it disappears. They made sure of that. Otherwise, it would be a little... I don't know why anyone would use it, especially in a pro game.
Now that we got Leshrac with level 3 lightning, it's certainly much more effective to spam. It almost doubles in damage, so it's up to 140.
Fisher's going to come out. There's the block. They could get the level 2 raise. Korok's just going to walk all the way around. Raise comes through, but that's the long range E-raise. The body block coming in. Korok in trouble. He might make it up to the high ground here. They have the angle. Korok in trouble.
They have
Still getting chased down.
3 seconds.
Fisher's going to come through. He gets the bottle. Raise comes in. First blood. Brax drags the creep wave with him, too.
That was really good by Brax. There can be situations where... He actually might get a kill here.
I don't know if he wants to go on both of them.
If he maybe Whitebeard walks upwards, and then Brax takes the creeps to the... Oh, no, they should have seen him take this, though. They have a ward
here.
Yeah.
That was ballsy, but Korok is going to get back to the lane. He does go down. The first blood goes to the side of the Shadow Fiend. He's got a CS lead about by 2, which is... It's fine. And SF, again, he's going to go back to the jungle at some point anyways, and he's going to increase the CS by 10-fold, it feels like. They might start stacking up as well. No stacks just yet that I can see. I think the Visage is too busy dealing with the wave.
I was going to say that was pretty impressive blocking from Earthshaker considering how fast Leshrac is at 320. But I forgot that Earthshaker actually runs at 310. I didn't know that. I thought it was like 300, maybe even less.
Yep.
He's really fast.
Yeah. That's the benefit. Smoke of Deceit, I think, came from Bleak and Fog. They couldn't find a kill. They actually get it pinged out. Whitebeard Sting. Whitebeard is pretty much just dual laning mid right now with Brax.
Did they actually smoke? I've seen so many wasted smokes from Narvi.
I would imagine, but maybe not.
Last night we saw 2 of them in a row, and they were both in daytime. That's one of the unfortunate things.
You have 3 smokes in stock at the beginning of the game, right?
Yes, you do.
And they only have 2, and they don't have one on them. So
okay,
I'm assuming that
must
they
have been a smoke wasted.
Korok is going to get wrapped on again. They are really just trying to put so much pressure on him right now, and Korok can't seem to farm safely now. He's starting to fall behind here. They're really pressuring him. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Naga's getting free farm, but the same could be said for top lane. MSS is going to get a huge wave. This is going to get him to level 4 more than likely. Miracle Chipmunk's already level 4, though, and he's got a couple CS as well. He's really, really doing well.
He's doing really well bottom, actually. I haven't been watching bottom that much because I've been watching mostly mid. Just the interaction of what Whitebeard... He's doing the right thing, by the way, on Earthshaker. Because he can't do that much up top against the Clockwork. Haste Rune activated by Tide. The block comes out. He's juking, jiving.
There it goes. Raze is going to go through. There's no Split Earth. It takes too long. Meanwhile, bottom lane Telekinesis Haste Rune for Miracle Chipmunk. Fog getting kind of low, looking for this. They need an ensnare. Are they going to use it? They will. Anchor Smash does connect. Fog. LSA will go. It misses just barely. Miracle Chipmunk avoids it. He's trying to find Fog. Anchor Smash goes through. Ush body blocks himself coming out. Haste is still going for a second, but he can't go any further. Telekinesis is going to come up in 3 seconds. That is a lot of time wasted, though, down bottom. Space created for whoever, himself, whatever.
A lot of, maybe, yeah, time wasted, but also especially just spells and mana wasted. Tons of spells, tons of mana. He had to use a Clarity and a health potion, and he has to walk all the way back to base.
MSS, you're in a heap of trouble, my friend. Battery Assault's going to go through. He's going to stay around Brax. He's going to cog him up as well. Split Earth comes through the Lightning Storm. This could be a kill. MSS gets it done.
Every game. He is their player, man.
That was so impressive.
You saw right there, this is the second time we've seen, Whitebeard tries to go in. He has to be really careful.
Stun?
This is going to be a freebie kill for nothing.
Lightning Storm's going to come in. Flare as well. Gets the kill. That is, again, another turnaround.
That's just a straight up feed. No other way to spin that one. I don't know why he went back just for a casual stun. There was no chance he could have got a kill. Maybe it was a stun for a CS, but that was just a straight up feed. Anyway, nice play by MSS. You saw right there that Brax was like trying to get the raises, but you actually can't do that, I don't think.
With Battery Assault on you.
And he was like, all right, I'll go for the the auto attacks, which was the right idea, but then he got splitter.
It was too late. It was too late at that point. He needed auto attack from the get-go after that first raise. Yeah. And MSS kind of juked away. It looked like he was going to back up and Brax was going to be able to raise up, but that wasn't the case. And of course, those 2 kills, huge in mid coming out. Ush getting free farm bottom. He's missed a couple of CS, because you look at the top farm, you look at 37 for Banana Slam Gemma, especially now that he has a Morbid Mask, he can farm a bit faster. And this is the thing we saw from eHug yesterday, is that Demon is going to be getting this lane for the next couple of minutes here, as the Drow is going to farm the jungle. And this is really big, because it gets to the level 6 for the Visage. And you need that when you have level 6 on the Drow already.
He needs to buy boots ASAP, dude. If this Clockwork just walks up... Oh, now he used his Grave Chill. I think he was expecting a smoke.
Oh, Korok goes bottom. Miracle Chipmunk Telekinesis. He has Ravage, but he can't get it off. Really well played from Bleak to hold on to that.
Yay, Korok went for the ult.
You're very happy about this.
It's so good, man. It's unforgivable to pass that up. But anyway, nice rotation from him. They needed that. Tide was doing extremely well bottom. Has Arcanes at 6 minutes of an offlane against the Lina Rubik Naga. That's extremely impressive. They ping out Korok walking towards the Ancients.
Just checking.
And Brax is going to stack this to help his buddy Miracle Chipmunk out. But, yeah, they do have to be careful. Yeah, Demon, he was scared of a smoke gank coming towards his way. That's why he Grave Chilled and ran away. MSS, is he close to 6? He's a little over halfway. If he gets in range of a Battery Assault Cogs, they can easily kill this. He can easily solo kill this Visage.
Absolutely, and with Korok walking up here as well, it's more than solo. He needs his level 6, honestly, with a hookshot, or he could just walk in if he gets the right angle on Demon, but Demon's sitting pretty far back now. Korok's been missing off the map for a while. They know this, I think. They're calling it out, because you can see mid, Fogged is taking up that farm, which is exactly what Demon's doing top lane. Banana Slam Jamma is just farming up the jungle right now. It's going to take him some time. It's not the best lane farm, might be better for him, but they just really value this level 6. They're going to go for a split earth. Demon's going to walk right in. Here comes MSS. Demon might have to Grave Chill. Lightning Storm will fly. The Cogs up as well, and Demon is just dead. And he doesn't get his level 6. He'll buy... Oh, he bought that chainmail before he died. That's huge. That's a very, very, very expensive item. At least for a Visage early on in the game.
They TP'd up Rubik, but I have no idea why.
We might need your help, Bleak. No, I'm sorry, buddy.
That was kind of a wasted TP. And now he can't really help out mid. They're actually going to have to walk mid. They will see them because this ward's actually still by their Ancients. It's about to expire.
Oh, they're going to walk up there. Oh,
Hook is now ready for Clockwork, by the way.
He could go back on Demon, honestly.
Kill him again. Yeah. He doesn't even need Cogs. He's going to wait this duration of Grave Chill. Yeah, the next creep wave is coming in.
Oh, they see Bleak and Korok walking back top lane, and Demon is going to hide under the tower.
They need TPs ready. They need TPs very quick and ready. If
they have Ravage. There is a TP on the Tidehunter, so he's ready to go. But he's kind of dealing with bottom right now. Ush is starting to get annoyed because his supports left him.
Oh, they're going to go look for the Drow. They know that Drow's in the jungle, and Drow's backing up.
Yeah,
he actually, oh, see? You can pull weird camps with these stupid shard golems. He actually pulled the lane.
You know, I swore that bug fix that we saw earlier today was going to fix it. But
I was talking about how you can do that in mid. I totally forgot you can do that side pull. That's ridiculous. And anyways, it doesn't matter. Korok easily cleans those up.
So right now, as we're looking at it, it's 4-2 for an RV2. Pretty fast start for both the Drow and the Shadow Fiend, but Ush is getting up there. Maybe not as much farm as you would like. He's only a little bit behind the Drow Ranger, only about 60 net worth, which is actually nothing. It's pretty much even. And look at this, they're going to go right on to mid. They don't even have Edict. These aren't the heaviest right clickers in the world. That's a double damage, though, coming out for Korok. And they're against a Drow Ranger. They're putting the pressure on the Tier 1 tower with a Drow Ranger on the enemy side with a Visage Bird as well. They know that they can get Tier 1 towers just as well as Summer's Rift can.
Yeah, maybe not. They don't have Edict, though.
They don't, no.
Kind of wasting a little bit of time there. Brax did go into the jungle and take stacks, though. So, excuse me, I'm losing my voice, but he ran down there and he took, I think it was a triple stack right there? Either way, he took something. And that's farm away from the Naga.
Hook shot from MSS onto Demon. He'll catch him in the Cogs. He's got his battery assault going through. Splitter comes out, Lightning Storm. I don't think they'll get the birds. I'd be very surprised.
I was going to say they have a DD, but it's a number of attacks based.
It's 4 attacks now, and they almost get the first one.
Wait, is it? It must scale. I got to check this out.
I think it's 4 at all levels.
You're correct. Yeah. Okay.
Which is why Vicious is pretty good right now, I think.
Just
can't deal with those birds as easily. Save you from yourself, essentially. Edict comes out, it is level 1, he just skilled it up. He has his max Lightning Storm. Level 2 Split Earth is all that he really wants at this point. And they are putting pressure on these towers. Tier 2 or Tier 1 mid is taking a lot of harass. Tier 1 top is taking a lot of harass. No tower harass coming out from the Drow or the Visage yet. Visage does have his birds. He also has the Medallion. this damage is going to get sick. BSJ now has Treads, only has a kill, not a second Wraith Band. He's getting a Blade of Alacrity as well for Ayasha. Could turn that into an SNY. Meanwhile, Bleak's going to take a lot of damage. The Familiars might bring him down. Ooh, so it's going to be close. The stuns will not connect, and Bleak might be able to make it away. He doesn't have a TP scroll he bought. I think these birds might just fly him down and kill him.
No.
They can't catch him anyway. That'd be funny, though.
They don't have 800 movement speed mod, all right?
I wish they did.
I didn't see that, but Brax gets an easy kill on the Clockwork. Did they use anything substantial? No, they did not.
I don't think so. God. Bleak is a little too fast for those Visage Birds, unfortunately. Visage Birds will fly over. They can't catch up to Korok. He is going to go for Arcane Boots, probably a Bloodstone at some point in the game. Lightning Storm going through. And this is the time where Drow wants to get involved. You want to push down towers, they're going to do it as 4. You even have the Tidehunter here as well, and he's up to 1,000 gold. Whether he goes Mech or whether he goes Blink Dagger still remains to be seen. But since there's a Buckler on Shadow Fiend, I think it's going to be a Blink Dagger for Tidehunter this game.
A little weird TP from Brax. He's just going to have to spam this out and then run, which I guess is okay, but they wanted to respond. They TP people right after they saw him go bottom. He's got a Mech. He wants to get this rune really badly, but I don't think they're going to let him do that. I like his build, by the way. I don't think Yules would do anything for him. I think the build is just Mech BKB here. You absolutely need BKB against Clock.
Oh, Korok
and everybody else. Korok is dead. Demon's getting some good levels. He's level 8 now.
That's the problem with
they
the less rank. Meanwhile, Brax is going to get caught out. MSS with another hook shot. Telekinesis. He does, I think, mech up. They push him back. There's the ensnare. This is going to be a kill. They get it done. That's actually Ush getting the kill, too. That's huge.
Huh. Surprised he didn't try to just spam bottle. He had a 5-stick as well. 6-stick, actually. Maybe could have delayed a little bit, and I don't know. But he was probably dead.
So where do we go from here? Right now, it looks like if you look at NAR v2, they have a pretty good start, and it's not like Summer's Rift are really barreling down these towers. However, this could change with a fight here. Whitebeard is going to look for Fisher. He'll find it maybe onto MSS. The bird's coming through. Fisher on the fog. He's in trouble. Korok's going to come in with a Split Earth. He misses. Miracle Chipmunk not walking up. Nice kill coming out from Summer's Rift. So they've gotten a couple of kills for Summer's Rift. Ush is farming freely. Is this a good enough start for an RV2 to take it to the mid to late game, though, is the question.
Well, we'll see, because Shadow Fiend just got the mech. This is when you want to start fighting. Like they cannot just allow Naga to farm. They need to put pressure now. So they got a mech now on Shadow Fiend. They should go bottom. They can take a Roche, which is fine. That's good. But they should also take objectives. They can't. Even if you're farming and you get super farmed, you cannot ignore a Naga. For the reasons I said, it's just going to solo kill Earthshakers. It's going to solo kill Drows. It's going to solo kill so many heroes on your team. So that's nice to get Roche. They should push out lanes maybe a little bit and just go bottom and invade their jungle. Don't let Naga have the space.
They will do just that, it looks like. They're sending heroes bottom now. Some wards up on Whitebeard as well. Getting these wards in the jungle is imperative. I don't know if you need to block camps, but just make sure that the jungle is warded off. You have vision. You know where the Naga is at all times. Ush might realize this. Ush might realize that bottom lane is not safe anymore.
He's just going to... Oh, he unfortunately doesn't have much mana. He's going to get a... Okay, he's going to get a rune top. But now they're just going to go and play on their side of the map.
Yeah.
So the idea is fine from Summer's Rift to do this, but they didn't push out their lanes. So now they're actually losing out on farm. Or they will. So they're getting pressure mid. They've already pushed top. They're pressuring top as well. They're taking over their jungle. This is a better trade for Na'Vi, despite the fact that Summer's Rift already took Roche.
Yeah. They're even going to put some pressure on the Tier 2 tower top lane. However, bottom Tier 2 tower is going to fall very quickly. Drow Ranger with level 2 marksmanship. An SF nearby as well with Precision Aura. He's got a ridiculous amount of damage. This Tier 2 is melting.
He's going to have... he has Relic now in just about 80 gold.
Huge for Ush.
That's going to be a 15-minute Relic. 14-minute Relic, actually. The problem is already there, man. Unless they kill him like 3 times in the middle of him trying to get a Radiance, and they can't get it until like 20 minutes, I think that they have some really big problems. I know I'm saying this with the net worth being really high on both the Drow and the Shadow Fiend, and that's great, but I still fear that this Naga can just take over this game solo.
We saw it kind of last night with Void Boys in the Naga Siren 747. This is more of an even game than it was
good damage on this Tier 3 though. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they needed to get it done. They do put a lot of damage on that tower.
If they can they Rax him before he gets Radiance? They might be able to. Is there a blink on
Tide?
Up.
They have
just
blink.
Bought a blink on
he has
Tide.
blink. He just brought it out as well. MSS is going to be on the front lines here.
This could be it.
If they could just take this fight right now, Cog will go through. BSJ is going to get spotted. Flare goes in as well. They don't see anybody else behind BSJ. They lose one Visage Bird. There's the Gust into Bleak. He's going to get Frost Arrow. BSJ taking a lot of damage. They'll mech him up, though. They won't be able to take the Tier 3 just yet. They'll have to back away. Miracle Chipmunk's still ready. They're going to wait for another creep wave more than likely. BSJ doesn't mind if he loses this Aegis, but he wants to get something out of it. Meanwhile, Ush is still pushing. He's still split pushing, making sure he can do everything he can.
What they can maybe do is like bait out an Aegis death and then blink in with Miracle Chipmunk. Oh my god.
They spam on that creep wave so fast. Now another Visage Bird is going to fall. Blink Ravage going to go, but only onto Bleak. TP back in. Now they get the splitter. No, it's the LSA. Miracle Chipmunk is low. They get the ensnare. Hook shot onto 2 from MSS. Demon in trouble. Lagoon on Chipmunk. Requiem goes, but it's a little too far away. We'll get that damage reduction. They actually just have to leave. Tier 3 tower goes down, but they lose 2 heroes for it. Flare's going to go through. Do they get the Aegis? No. BSJ is too far away. Wouldn't have been enough damage anyways, I don't believe. He'll get away, and Aegis is going to get reclaimed in 2 minutes, but really nice hook shot from MSS.
Wondering if Ush could have ran in there with a song. He had a regen. Maybe. I wasn't exactly watching his position, but I mean, they had an idea. They had a good idea. The Ravage was not the best. Only hit 1 hero. I think, like I said, maybe their best bet is to like, kind of bait out the death with the Aegis on Banana Slam Jam and then go in afterwards. But I understand what they're doing. Like I said, they're trying to press the issue before Naga comes online, but nah, not quite. They did get a Tier 3, which is great. But the Radiance is coming up in just a couple seconds.
The biggest thing, too, is Bleak's taking back the jungle. He's sentry warding a couple of the locations. Even throws an Observer Ward into lane just to make sure that they know if they're setting up for a gank. And I think that's the most important thing, is making Ush feel safe. It's all about space creation now. And you do have Korok who can push out waves. The same with Fogged as well. Korok can even put pressure on towers.
That's a really weird ward. This ward, like, directly bottom. I mean, I understand the idea because he doesn't want to get counter-warded, but I think that now, if Summer's Rift walk into the jungle this way and just place a ward right here, like they won't have any vision of it. That's kind of a weird ward. I don't know if it actually gives you that much vision.
It doesn't. I feel like it keeps the Naga sort of. Well.
You can only see right up to there, and that's daytime. Yeah, I don't know about that ward.
That doesn't seem that great.
Well, this ward's fading. They're pushing bottom tower. TPing out. Yeah, Banana Slam Gemma can't cancel anything, unfortunately. And there's the Radiance. 18 minutes. Pretty standard, actually. Took him a bit longer to go from Relic to Radiance, but that's just to credit of Summer's Rift.
It's a weird, interesting concept. MSS going into Whitebeard. Echo Slam will go through. He's going to try to eat his way out, taking raises as well. Fisher comes through and will snipe him, but Brax will get telekinesis. Laguna Blade as well, and Snare comes out, gets the mech. Requiem's going to go, but the Split Earth cancels it. LSA to fly through. They want more. They want Whitebeard. Song, it's going to connect just at the tail end as well. And Snare will be back up after the song goes down. They'll look for the Ensnare. They don't hit the LSA. They don't need it, though. The Lightning Storm and Fisher was stolen, and that's beautiful. That 0 cast point for Bleak. Best spell to steal, honestly, one of them.
It really is up there with the best spell in the entire game to steal. I mean, obviously your Black Holes and Ravages are great. That's a little bit more, well, Black Hole is pretty practical to steal, but Ravages are much more difficult.
Fogged has a Yules, by the way, which 18 minutes, that's pretty good timing for a support Lina.
I mean, Korok spent a ton of time roaming around. Like, if you look at Korok's farm, it's actually pretty low. I mean, he actually does have a Bloodstone, though, coming out now, I think. But he spent a lot of his time walking top and trying to find ganks, and that gave a lot of time to Fogged. I think he was farming mid for quite some time. They're going to smoke up now, the 2 of them. This ward might have seen some of it.
No pings, though. I didn't see
it. It was
any.
like inside the trees here, though, so maybe not.
Also, there's an Aghanim Scepter for Demon, too. God, these supports are farmed.
Whoa, he went for Soul Booster into Boot to Travel. That's a little bit interesting. Surprised he didn't go for the Bloodstone. Is he just going to go for Octarine Core?
Who knows?
Core Rush?
Octarine, that would be the first time I've seen the item in a game I casted.
Oh, here comes Whitebeard. He's really
They have no song. They have no song. Miracle Chipmunk's coming through as well. He's got Ravage. LSA comes through. Nicely done from Fogged. He will not Laguna. He thought about it for a second. Fisher on the wrong side, but Brax is going to come in. They don't have the Yules on Brax, but I think Fogg's probably dead anyway.
Yeah,
he's just
oh
dead.
My god, the damage.
They're all bottom, actually. So Fogg's down for 43 seconds.
DKB coming out to SF.
Korok just TP top 2.
What?
He just TP top.
Well, oh, no, he has it in like 19 more seconds. I think he'll have it by the time.
Oh, that Fisher block from Bleak was really good.
They have, oh my god, I didn't even notice this, but the axe is on Demon. Did you mention that?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
That's phenomenal. They should be hitting range racks, by the way.
That ward's seen.
Our scene's got to be a little bit careful.
Oh, these Visage Birds are going to kill Bleak.
Holy
see you later.
crap. Holy crap.
Yeah.
No more Fisher.
And now the melee rack's exposed, and Snare will fly into Brax. These illusions, these birds.
He's got BKB coming
Blake
out to him
Ravage.
right now.
Oh, he gets a perfect song off, but it doesn't matter. The melee racks will fall.
Oh, God,
Buyback
no.
for Blake. They might just lose racks here.
That's almost better for Summer's Rift.
Miracle Chipmunk gets the Ravage off Laguna Blade. Did they steal it? They did. MSS hook shot in. The Rage Rack's about to fall. Ravage stolen and goes off. MSS going to go down. BSJ getting low. Gus is up, but he's already dead. Meanwhile, Echo Slam comes in. Summer's Rift taking it to him. 3-2 trade. And they're going to get the racks as well. Demon coming through. This Visage Drow combo doing too much work. Dragon Slave goes in. Great fight for Narvi, but Summer's Rift have an even better one. And Korok getting blown up. Fisher, Soul Assumption. He's dead to the birds. The Medallion, too strong for Demon. That was a huge trade for Summer's Rift. They might have just won the game there. Or at least a great start to it.
Roche is respawning in 6 seconds. They have no more towers to take. You see a line thrown out by Brax here, but if they go check Roche on right now, they will definitely take that over pushing right now. They could end the game with the next Roche. They really can. That song, oh, I don't know about that. I mean, the damage from the Visage Birds was just insane. He threw out the song, so like, maybe they could just go focus the birds, but they don't have any fast attacking heroes, right? So, oh man, those racks just melted in a second. I really like what Summer's Rift is doing. Like, they've got their core items, and like, that first time they were pushing bottom looked kind of sketchy, the bad Ravage, but the idea is correct. They need to press on. They can't let Naga get online. She got her Radiance in an okay clip, but it's now coming kind of slowly with the items afterwards.
I don't think they were expecting that Aghanim Scepter for Demon.
I wasn't.
I don't think anybody
He's
was,
got 3K
really.
now. Demon's so frickin' rich.
Cross, Solar Crest, whatever they want. Meanwhile, Bleak is more than likely dead. Fisher's going to come through. It's going to connect just barely. He could try to TP out now, but it's just too late.
Visage Birds. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my god, dude. He just dies so fast.
Oh my god. Well, Drow's next to him, so he gets the Precision Aura. Doesn't have to activate it, so he saved it for a later time.
You were talking about this in the draft, the squishy cores. And especially in the mid game where they just don't have the items to survive through this.
Very
Not even the
squishy.
squishy cores, but the squishy supports as well. They just die so fast. Even
Also,
MSS too. He's a strength hero.
Also, as the song was coming out too, like the BKB was delivered in the middle of it for Shadow Fiend. Song is not that great against Tide because even though you can combo up against him, he'll still get that Ravage mech off.
Yes.
Well, he doesn't have mech actually. Mech is on Shadow Fiend, but he'll still get that Ravage off. Here we go. Aura is on top of the Visage Birds. If Banana Slam Jamma walks away, he can still... Oh, he actually already activated it.
They have no glyph. The Tier 3 tower is just gone. Visage Birds just chunking down the melee racks. They can't do anything about this. The Birds are just killing it. And it's just dead. Banana Slam Jamma on the Drow. Of course, Demon on the Visage going to work. Nice LSA. Banana Slam Jamma might go down. Dragon Slave will take the edge, but Miracle Chipmunk gets a beautiful Ravage. However, they get the song off, but it's too late. The second rack's now falling. Nush is just not ready for this. Laguna Blade onto Demon. Echo Slam comes in. MSS will fall. Dead for 37. Blinks in the front lines. Telekinesis, but he goes down as well. The Birds just going right to work on Ush. Hitting him in the back of the head. Korok can't do anything here. 2-for-2 trade, but the damage has been done for Narvi 2. Summer's Rift getting inside the base. They're absolutely crushing it right now. 23 minutes into the game. They're looking to take a commanding 1-0 lead on this series right now.
You know, the thing that I think that's really strong... Oh, micro that bird, Demon. No. Alright, he lost some birds, but I think they're okay with losing some birds for taking 4 racks, right?
Yeah, he's got the summon back anyways when he respawns.
So, the cool thing about this Drow Visage combo is like, it's completely and exclusively all about the Drow Visage. Whereas before when we saw Drow Visage, it was like, alright, let's just extend this combo, let's pick Invoker, let's pick Puck, let's pick Disruptor or something, or just all ranged heroes, no matter what, let's get the full effectiveness out of this extra damage. But now that they've buffed Visage and made his birds a little bit stronger, you can pick this combo exclusively for just those 2 heroes. I mean, we see 2 melee heroes that don't benefit at all from the aura. Totally fine. It's all exclusively about these 2 hero combo, or this 2 hero combo. And man, the damage output from birds is just... And Naga doesn't do anything about it. Does nothing.
Nobody on their team does.
And he does go rush for the Octarine Core. This is a weird build.
Bloodstone might have been better for Korok. They're 2 sets of racks down. They've got to do something. Octarine Core might as well try it out.
They have no answer to attacking birds quickly. That's their problem. They cannot attack those birds quickly enough.
I mean, who does? Ush getting
the only
more
person
farm.
is Lena. That's the only person that can attack them quickly. But I mean, she's got 3 birds to focus, man. That's going to be what, 12 attacks? And then you can use the Stone Form in the middle of that, and that will screw it all up.
You can resummon them.
You can resummon them. You can use Stone Form. You can get disrupted by a Tidehunter Ravage. It's just kind of a... I was a little bit skeptical with the draft at first, but I guess I'm proven wrong with this. how strong this combo really is and why it got banned out in the first phase yesterday when we were casting.
Yeah, I do not think Na'Vi, even if they were to win this game, they will not let the Visage through again.
I don't think okay, I still think that Na'Vi's draft was okay, but Summoner's Rift did a great job about addressing the threat of Inaga early on.
Yes.
As soon as they got their core items, boom, they rushed bottom, they took Roche, they kept going forward. They were trading towers what looked weird, but then they took so much damage off of that tier 3 bottom early on that the next time they went, it made it so much easier.
And it's just the Naga, I think, has too much ramp-up time, honestly. It takes too long for the Naga Siren to get her core items up. In comparison to any other hero, I know that Na'Vi likes to pick these late-game heroes, but this is just not the game for it at this point in time. And Us just can't get enough farm, and even if he could, like you mentioned, he can't really deal with the birds.
Nope.
And
so the song does nothing.
They're just going to get mega creeps here, I think, at the side of Summer's Rift. They jump and they find Bleak. He's sitting on the front lines. He just dies instantly. Well, not instantly. He survives a bit longer than maybe he should have. Doesn't have buyback. LSA is going to go Miracle Chipmunk. The song comes out as well. The Visage Birds. The Glyph comes through. Hook shot into the Whitebeard, but is that really going to do? Oh, he's got Glimmer Cape. MSS can't do anything there. Glimmer Cape onto Miracle Chipmunk as well. Dragon Slave. Melee Rax taking harass. Visage Birds are back up. BKB is going to go. They want this. Melee Rax. They want these mega creeps, and they're going to go in. Miracle Chipmunk gets the Ravage. This is going to be it.
Oh
Echo onto Ush. Ush is definitely going to go down here. Whitebeard expends his life, but at the cost of getting other kills. Maybe shot, it's fine. They're going to absolutely dominate in this last set of racks here, and they're going to win the game. Summer's Rift are going to go up 1-0 against Na'Vi 2. They needed this victory after what was a rough day in Red Bull. Well played coming up from Summer's Rift.
Well, hats off to them. Demon played absolutely amazing. He got a lot of farm, and it could have been difficult because as soon as the Drow went to the jungle, you could see, if you watched the way that Demon was clicking, you could see that he was scared of Smoke Inks coming his way.
Yep.
There was one time where he backed up where there actually was not a Smoke Ink coming his way, but it was still the right play because he didn't see the supports. And I think he played it really well. He got a ton of farm. He got an Ags way faster than I thought he was going to get. When he had it, I'm like, holy crap, he has an Ags. And, yeah, I think this combo is definitely going to get banned out next game.
That Axe came out so fast. At one point, we were looking at a Medallion, and that was it. And then the next minute, he had an Agnum Scepter. I don't know if that was from kills. I don't know if it was from him just farming for a long time. But either way, there it was. And then you have those 3 Visage Birds plus the Drow coming through, Raxes are going to fall quickly. There was no answer, like we talked about. Na'Vi, they've got to have a better draft, and Summer's Rift, they just got to keep doing what they're doing. They are now up 1-0. A win in this next game could mean that they're coming here to Burbank, California to play in the LAN. Very exciting stuff. Na'Vi looking to take it back 1-1, tie the series up and go to game number 3. We'll see if they can. We'll take a quick break before we do go. My name is Mott. With me is Trouf. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, at MottDota for me, at TroufDota for him. Again, a quick break. It's pretty late here. It's pretty late over there on the East Coast as well, so we'll jump back into that game as soon as possible, guys. Stick around.